this up. Done this in a minute. Hey, what's going on? We're at the HORDECAST Live. We got PEBS, PretXul, to be specific, over here hanging out with us. And everybody that's here, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. We're probably going to get some alley news, hear maybe some stories. Who knows? PretXul, how you doing?
Doing good. How you fellas doing?
Man, we're doing great, dude. I mean, Harvester, I just want to say this. Our condolences, man, for your losing your pet, man. I know how rough that can be, and I just wanted to take the time right now to say we love you, brother, and we're here for you, and we know how much that fucking sucks.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, but let's not talk about it because I'll cry like a little girl.
Oh, I understand, and we're here behind you 100%. But I just wanted to make sure that you understand we're all pulling for you, man, as a team. All right. Anyway,
I appreciate it.
P, dude, what have you been fucking doing, man?
I've been in my cave all winter, just kind of hibernating, trying to ride out the cold ass winter down here in Tennessee.
Right.
But
right.
I've reemerged now that it's fucking spring out and it's getting back hot again. So
I seen you in Dayton.
Yes, you did, along with the Harvester. We was all there, and the Womp Thing.
Yes, we were all there.
Yeah, good to see you.
Absolutely, dude. I'm gonna say this right now, dude. I almost didn't recognize you because you trimmed up, you got a little cleaned up on me, and I actually noticed your wife before I noticed you, and I was like, "Hey, Harvester, I don't want to be rude, but isn't that?" He's like, "Yep, that's PEBS over there." I was like, "All right, well, I went over there, and I respectfully said hi to you and everything, and dude, yeah, we're just hoping that something big's gonna happen soon. You ain't gotta say nothing if anything is, but man, we look forward for more work from you, man."
Yeah, I definitely got something on the way now. I actually just I sent it out to the church. So you should be seeing that here in just a little while. It'll be popping up soon.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome. And we were gonna have you on last year, and it was around the time that you had something happen. And I don't know if I asked you much about it, but is there any stories that you could tell us about your trip with Joe to the Smoke Train video session?
Oh yeah, that was a wild ass trip. So I got the call from Joe, and I'm sure y'all know Joe don't drive. Joe's blind as a bat, so Joe doesn't drive. So Joe asked me to basically, go up.
That's crazy.
Joe asked me to go up to Michigan with him and kind of help him out, and so me and him hopped in the whip. We went up to Michigan, up to the M&E headquarters, and did the thing, shot the video. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? It was all shot right there at the M&E headquarters. They had like a whole section of the it was like a spot that was behind the recording studio that they had set up to do videos in, with green screens and all kinds of shit set up. I forgot the guy's name. I'm sorry, but the dude who actually filmed it, he's done quite a few videos before. He's super fucking professional. I saw the biggest bag of weed I ever saw in my life.
What up?
Who's that?
What up with that mask that fucking Joe's wearing in the video and shit? That shit's dope. I was just watching that before the fucking show. Dude, just before this, because I hung up my Chainsmoker 2 vinyl. I got autographed the insert, and so I hung it up today. And I was like, man, I gotta watch that Smoke Train video again. So it's funny I brought that up. But what up with that fucking Shamu looking mask? That thing's a trip.
Dope mask.
Yeah,
it is.
It's actually Azuligan has it now. I think it's
Mowgli.
Chris Malguez has it.
Yep.
It's insane.
Yeah, but that was one of Brandon.
Right? It's unique. I like how the front of it comes up like it looks like it comes up like where the nose would be and stuff, if that makes sense. Like out. It's strange looking.
Yeah, it's got an underbite.
Yeah. Shit's dope, man. It's a great song too, dude. Fucking killer song.
I enjoy it.
I mean, all around it was a really dope experience. Like I said, we sit there and I probably smoked more weed than what I've ever smoked in my life.
Oh yeah.
So I had to sit there and kind of recover for a little bit before me and Joe could take off again.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, is that your first time up at the headquarters up there in M&E, man?
No, it wasn't my first time. It was my first time like into back where they record at into the studio, but it wasn't my first time actually at the headquarters.
Gotcha, man. Because we only know a few people that have ever been up in there and seen the inner workings on this show, because But yeah, I got my glasses on.
It's a super nice spot.
I bet. I got my glasses on so I can see these comments. Over there on the Book of the Faces, the Harvester likes to say, we got the Cheflo. Thanks for tuning in, man. And we got all sorts of people in this chat. Hey, thanks for everybody tuning in. Just wanted to say that real quick.
I want to say too real quick, congratulations, Chefalo, on all your continued success. Dude's working with Hell's Bells for fuck's sake, and he's a chef. Well, I'm really happy for that guy, man.
The underground's popping right now, man. I gotta say this LLE tours that you guys did.
Yeah, it's
and
fucking
I'm saying
dope.
you guys because PEBS, I know you help out a lot with things that you have helped out with things. I don't know if you did so much on these tours, but I'm saying like LLE as a label, they did the smaller tour regionally. I saw that one. I saw the one in Dayton where it ended in Dayton. I have not catch the God's Evil Rise, but dude, the boys are out there doing back to back tours, dude.
Yeah, man. And bringing that energy too. It's not no lackluster bullshit.
Yeah.
Like they're coming out there on fire.
And I just got to say, man, aren't you so fucking proud to see the label that you support and the boys that you help out there just nonstop on this grind right now? Because it's been a while since they've toured this much.
Yeah, 100%. It's like now that the ball's rolling, now that the Mikey album has dropped, it's like there's so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all have heard bits and pieces. If y'all watch Bill's Whatnot, he's always releasing little tidbits about the shits to come. So yeah, now that like I said, now that the big boy has come out, you know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna see a lot more shit that's gonna drop in rapid succession.
That's what's up, dude.
We understand. We don't need to talk much about it, but we understand that there's a bit of a hold on that album so they could wait for the right time to release it.
I got a question. What's your favorite track on the new fucking drop, man?
And I was just going to go there, but yeah, I want to hear what PEBS has to say about his top 3 favorites.
Well, I've got several, but speaking on the album, I come from the old school where when you listen to an album, I basically judge the album by how many tracks I like on the album. If I like over half the tracks on the album, that album's a solid fucking album. And I liked way more than half the tracks on Goer. So, as far as a favorite goes, it's like I said, I got several, but I like The Saints a lot. I like From the Heart a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like Paint the Town Red. And I can't wait because I'm sure y'all know at camp this year, we're going to be painting the fucking town red at camp for sure.
Yeah,
I heard something about that. That's crazy. That's what's
this
up.
right here? You talking about this one right here?
Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh.
That's gonna be dope.
Blood, gore, blasphemy.
Yep.
BGB.
Keep your fucking
I
eyes
think-
open for them tickets.
I think From the Heart is one of Zul's best songs, period.
And I'm going to say this. You get to that fucking camp, dude. And if you've never been there, make sure you get in line for that Evil Emporium because if you don't.
Oh, you're going to fucking miss out there.
Yeah, right off the bat. I know it's a pain in the ass the first day to stand in line, but you'll be glad you did if you go because the best merch in the underground is in Zulmart. Period.
And the ladies that run in there are wicked chill, man. Those ladies, PretXul's wife, everybody in there is fucking super cool. And you gotta go in there, even if you don't buy anything, you gotta go in and say hi to the ladies.
And just look at shit.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with looking if you can't buy stuff. It's always cool
Yeah.
just to support and say
I
like,
didn't
yo,
go in
that
there
shit
to
is
buy
dope.
anything, and I was sitting in there, and I was like, they were like, "This is the last hat," and I said, "The last one of these," and they were like, "Yep, there will be not another one made," and I was like, "It's calling my name," and they're like, "Yep, you better take it. It's a coincidence. You better take it. It's fate." And I love this hat. I wear this hat every fucking wear, so everybody knows I rep Long Live Evil.
Hell yeah.
Don't I, babe?
So I was going to show you guys something because I know you guys are most of you guys are wrestling marks.
Yeah.
So I was going to show you guys something that I was able to do, and you guys might know who this person is here.
Hey, whoa,
Oh,
it's nice, dude. That's what's
nice.
up. How was he? Is he not,
Hey.
is it, oh man, you got that beard and everything like that too. Look at that with the man. That's a dope version of
It's a badass
Sting.
photo. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man. How was he as
Yeah, I got to meet the Stinger. He's a real cool fucking dude.
yeah, that's what I've heard. That's good, man. He's a fucking legend,
Also
dude.
I got to meet Bret Hart as well. I didn't get my picture
Uh,
with him, but I did get to talk to him outside of the building. So he's a real cool dude as well.
I heard
Where'd
he's
you
a
meet all
down to
these
earth
guys at?
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Where'd you
Where'd you
meet
meet
these
all these
people?
guys at? Were you at a convention or something?
I was up at Astro in
Oh,
Michigan back in,
okay. Gotcha. Yeah, they
April.
do have quite a few good wrestlers pop in there, man. That's cool. That's
That's
cool.
badass as Sting to do Astro.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking
I haven't
legend.
been since
I see
Florida.
old
I want to go
scumbag
again.
Fred out there in the old Facebook watching us. Special
What,
shout out.
Fred?
Hell yeah, dude. We're looking forward to camp, man. We're looking forward to seeing what the artists are that are going to be at camp. Do you got, I mean, I know you can't really say much, but man, it's going to be coming up. Is there any chance you think that the boys will go live and ask us any questions about what we want to see? Because they usually did that when they had TNT, but they ain't been live in a while. Is it due to their touring schedule that they ain't been able to do that in so long?
Yeah, I'd say you'll see him pop up again for sure. Especially before camp, I'd say. And I'm gonna say it's not out of the realm of possibility. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're extremely busy right now planning shit. So and making music. So
Absolutely.
That's what's up. Are there any? Who would you like to see at camp this year? Like if you could, just out the air, if you could pick some artists to show up, who would you pick?
I definitely would like to see Blaze back. I love seeing a good Blaze Your Dead Homie set. Who else? Who else? There's one dude who I like to see. His name's First Jason. Y'all ever heard of him?
I hung out with that dude. That dude's dope as
Oh,
fuck.
dude, yeah. Don't he have a punk band?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he gave me a CD like years back at a Fright Fest.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. I would like to meet First Jason and see his set. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Dude loved my mat. I was wearing one of my first faces, dude, and he would not leave me alone, dude. He just kept buying me shots. I was like, damn, this dude looks like a pirate. He's fucking dope as hell, bro. That dude's cool as hell, man.
That's
I
what's up.
felt like the Slasher Dave set was pretty good too, man. What was that, Camp 3?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Two. Well, no, he was at 1 as well, wasn't he?
He was
He
at
also
3
gave
too,
me
yeah.
this.
Okay, yeah.
1 and 3.
Dude, yeah, he's different. Something out of the norm. I would like to see some like more rock bands show up. Imagine Green Jello at
Yeah,
Camp Zool, dude.
dude, that's like such a good environment for them.
I know they would tear it down.
Yeah,
Like
Zooligans would have a fucking blast with that shit, dude. Like a
right, like
blast.
something like that would be fun, man. I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't
we're
even
just
need to
throwing
know the
ideas
music.
out there, but that would be cool. That would
That
be
would
sweet.
be. I think that would be a mutually beneficial situation for everybody. I think you'd get a lot of new Green Jello fans, and I think Green Jello would get exposed to Zooligans. I mean, that motherfucker was on our show and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He said,
And they talked about how much they loved the Juggalo scene, and
Yeah.
we aren't that far from it.
Yeah, Zooligans are even better. I said it. But yeah, that's what's up, man. I'd like to see Dean do a return set if I could just pick in Fantasyville, like a one-time thing. He just come to camp and be like, "Bam, motherfuckers, the pig god's back for one night only."
One night only.
Just every once in a while.
So I know at one point me and you chatted a little bit at camp, I believe, PEBS, and I think we had said something about you were looking to even expand into what you do for your art, right? Little even more into like doing the gore stuff, and you did some of that for one of the videos, right?
Yeah, see, let me give y'all a little history lesson while we're talking about it. When I first started doing masks, I was painting, but I wasn't painting masks. So when I started painting masks, it was really just a hobby for me. It was a stress relief. You know, when I paint, it relieves stress. It puts me in a good state of mind. And then the ball started rolling after that. Up to the point where, you know, Billy noticed me, and Billy was like, "Hey, let's do some work." You know what I'm saying? And then it really took off from there. Now, as far as being like a full-time mask maker, like what you see Tom doing or what you see Brandon doing now, that requires you have to follow basically a blueprint, like any other artist that does anything else. There's a specific blueprint to follow when you're making masks, when you're making faces. And that's how come y'all don't see me like doing it like that, because it's just like I like doing masks, but it's like I don't want to. I got so much other shit that I do, like in my personal life. I just don't have the time to do it full time because it requires travel. It requires a bunch of other shit. You know what I'm saying? That I really can't do. But I enjoy putting faces on Zooligans. So that's what you'll see me continue to do. But in the process of doing faces, I wanted to expand out and do other things within the medium. I wanted to work on music videos. I wanted to eventually do a movie.
Yeah.
So I've branched and I've been able to do the music video part. So my next step would be actually getting on like a movie
What kind of
and
ideas you
helping
got
out with
about
it.
that? Like, what kind of movie would you think?
You know, I'm a big zombie fan. I love zombie movies. But I tell you what I would really like to see is some apocalyptic shit that shows like the end of the fucking world, where it shows like the fucking. You guys ever seen The Cabin in the Woods?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, the Cabin in the Woods has got this scene where it shows the fucking old gods coming up at the end. You know what I'm saying? I would like to do a movie based on that shows the fucking old gods just coming back to Earth and just wreaking fucking
The
destruction.
old
dude.
gods.
Kind of like
Wow.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be cool, man. Nobody's really fuck with that shit, right? Like, and I think about it, there's not a movie like that. That's dope.
Nope. That's why I said The Cabin in the Woods touched on it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love that
But
fucking
not
movie.
made it like
But
it's
no one has
focused.
actually done that. Yeah, they haven't done a full scale fucking apocalyptic movie where the old gods come back, you know? So it would be the shit.
It would be the shit.
Do it up, man. Bitch, that
Man.
son of a bitch. Let's call
Luckily,
it.
technology too. It's getting to that point where it sounds crazy, but through like I'm just gonna say it through AI, you could literally make landscapes and things like that in a movie atmosphere with like fuck a budget. You feel me? Like it's a good time to be a creator.
Well, have you guys seen the newest AI from Google that allows you to make movies?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's fucking wild.
It's
It's
wild. Have
wild.
you?
All you have to do is put in the fucking prompts of what you want, put in the dialogue, and it makes the fucking movie for you flawlessly.
I saw this one where it was like a movie where the AI realized that prompts were being put in, and they're just like, give us a prompt to get out of here, help us. And it was crazy. And I mean, it just looked real as fuck. Looked real as fuck.
What about that?
Yep.
There's the one where what's it like? It's a series on one of the like Netflix or something, and there's a nun and she's looking for Miss Davis, and it's like a fucking AI, for like a Popeyes chicken or a Chick-fil-A or something, or what is not? It's Buffalo Wild Wings. Anyways, like part of the whole premise is this fucking AI thing, and you're trying to be enlightened and get your wings. It's a
Are you
fucking
okay?
tastes like chicken wings, dog. and people think they're gonna get fucking glowing wings like an angel. Fucking AI.
That's dope.
Yeah, actually, I fuck with AI quite a bit.
Yeah.
When I get bored, I ask AI to write me a fucking horrorcore rap song, and it comes up with some shit. You'd be amazed at what AI can come up with.
I like to fuck with it for like it sounds crazy. I'm weird, man, but like I'll be scrolling Facebook and one of these guys usually will post a picture and then I'll just get it in my head. I'm like, I wonder what I could make AI do real quick. So I'll be like, just put the picture in. I use Grok, and so I put the picture in Grok, and I'll be like, make these fools look like a symbiote, and it'll do it. It's crazy, man. It's I love AI. I love it, man.
Yeah,
and you know the newest AIs that are out, it's all in how because you can either type in the prompt or you could talk to it and put the prompt in that way. And when you talk to it, the more regular you talk to it, like it's a person, the better results you get out of it.
Hell yeah! Our a friend of the show, Matt Spencer from 3XG, he was talking about how like one benefit. I never even thought about it, but like so for him, he's not able to put his words into like a simple, easy like social media post. So he can use AI to basically say like, "Hey, I want to express to my friends that I'm thankful for this and that they did great on this and to have a good day," and put it in a way that makes sense. And then AI will literally write it for the dude. So that way he can put out what he wants to as easily as possible. I think it's crazy cool, beneficial.
Yeah, it's beneficial now, but I think we're getting close to the Terminator type shit, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean,
yeah, because I mean, even Elon Musk has come out and said that there's going to be a singularity point. Once AI reaches that singularity point and it becomes sentient, we're basically fucked.
Yeah. That's gonna be crazy when people are like, "Damn it, Terminator was right," and it's yeah, man. Yeah. Once it becomes aware, yeah.
I seen a video of the robot throwing.
I mean,
I'd wipe us out if I was AI. I'd wipe out humanity. Fuck them. I'd wipe them out.
See, we don't have oracles like they had back in biblical times, in medieval times. We don't have oracles. We have movie makers that make movies. So one day when we see the fucking mothership landing, we'll be like, "Man, Independence Day was fucking right." Or War of the Worlds was
Mars
fucking
attacks.
right. You know what I mean? But I think I think you're right. AI would take over before the aliens come. But if AI chooses to try to take over before the aliens could, if there are aliens, there'd be a hell of a fucking battle on their hands.
I think AI would kick the aliens'
we'd be
ass.
stuck in the middle of it like meat shields or used for fucking biomass.
Like
one of the teams stronger. You know what I mean? That's how it feels.
AI versus aliens.
But think about this. What if aliens implanted the idea of AI into us so that we will grow it?
What the fuck?
To destroy ourselves?
Weird.
It would be a self-made trap.
So we'd like grow it to help them and then ultimately destroy ourselves once we made it? Ooh.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart, man.
Self-sabotage, dude.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage.
Well, I showed this book, and this is like, I mean, you got to put in the character. Like, I did this with AI, and
I love it.
You like describe the characters and their names and what the thing is going to be happening, and then fucking AI, and you can like, it'll generate that whole book, like, and you have to go through it and take it apart and change things. But some of it's absolutely hilarious, and I left it in because it just is fucking out of like off the wall.
Would you say it's legit well written?
I think it actually is. I mean, I don't know how it did it.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how it did it.
I don't know how it did it. That's crazy, man. And it like makes sense, like it's a cohesive story.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird, and it actually like all goes together. I mean, it like literally flows to it, flows through, even though it's fucking weird.
I wonder if AI do you think AI can be proud of itself? Like, I wonder if AI wrote it and they're just like, AI is proud. AI wrote good story this time.
AI lacks emotion, though. All they do is strive for being better than they were. like they always. I feel like if AI strives for perfection, like PEBS was just saying, like when they find out that we are no longer something that they need to be part of the equation, we could be eliminated to where they could just progress better. Because
Or
they
you use to benefit them, like you were saying, like use human bodies, like the
They're gonna
Matrix.
poison my weed, man.
Yeah, they poisoning there. These cards are all fucked up. It's got the AI. I'm inhaling AI shit right now that they're gonna control me with.
So
Well, I could tell you what I think that eventually is going to happen is that they're teaching AI how to solve every problem that there is. So it's basically it's going through and it's solving all these problems, solving all these problems. Well, what happens when it figures out that it thinks that we're the problem?
Right?
not only that, but
You know what I'm
every
saying?
problem we're asking it to solve, we created
Yeah.
for the
We're
most
involved.
part.
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part, or we're involved with.
Yeah,
Like
and
if its agenda was fixing the planet, it would obviously get rid of us.
yeah, yep, 100%.
It's just the quickest way to restore the planet. Because
the
it ain't
world
the
doesn't want there to be
foxes.
mystery anymore in life. They're like, man, we want to know what every fucking thing is. We want to be on top of this shit so we know what to fucking do. And it's like, dude, we've gotten by for years just farming off the land, eating the fucking animals on the planet. And if you want to have a religion, believe in what you want, even if it ain't real. But just have faith in whatever you want. It'll be fine, But it's like people just that, dude. I never thought in my lifetime I'd see science become this scary, but it has, dude, and it's in everything we do. AI could just choose to wipe out our fucking bank accounts.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
You know what
Or
else
launch
AI
the
could do?
nukes.
AI could point out the fact that the middle of your mask looks like a fucking phallus. It could do that.
Hey now. Hey now. Yeah, man.
Right on.
So
Full of Soylent Green. Soylent
yeah.
Green on us.
PretXul, I have some pictures of some of the masks you did, and I was gonna bring them up and just let people see some of the stuff you had done. If you want to just, I don't know if you comment on when I bring them up or.
Donald
Shit's
Brown's in
dope.
the chat. What
Certainly.
up, Donald Brown?
Hey, Donald.
Let's see here. This is the PPV3, the Pet Pumpkin version 3.
Shit's dope.
Let's see. I probably done. I'm thinking. Yeah, there was quite a few of them done. The Massacre Mask. Well, again, I love doing them. I know that the Harvester's got quite a few of them.
I actually have that very one sitting about an arm's reach away. Yeah.
You're trying to collect them all, aren't you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple I don't think I'll ever see.
Yeah, they're
The
sick.
goddamn Violator is sick. The clown is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
even realize there's actually a Harvester mask. That's the first one that PEBS painted for me at the end of the thing right there.
Look at that.
A reverse,
Yeah, I
reverse
see
color
that.
scheme. That's nice, dude.
Yeah.
That thing's
Yeah, and then the Trap Jaw, the Trap Jaw Halloween mask. I got into this kick where I wanted to basically Frankenstein mask together. I was taking old Halloween masks that I found, cutting them up and repurposing them and putting together all kinds of crazy shit.
Shit's dope, dude.
That one's actually in my collection as well.
Dope.
Nice.
Yeah, this thing's rad.
Oh, let me tell you guys that there's a little story behind this one. So I had the company that I do business with to get my latex to. A dealer hit me up one day, called me, and was like, "Hey, I've got some of this new type of latex. Do you want to?" He was like, "It's balloon latex." I was like, "Ship me out enough to pour a mask with." So this one got poured in actual balloon latex.
What
That's
the
crazy.
fuck does that mean?
Was it like stretchy and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a balloon. You know what I'm saying? You know how it doesn't really rip. You know what I'm saying? It was a very
Crazy.
thin, like to your face mask.
Yeah, that's
That's what I was wondering. It's real
wow.
thin. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
these were the early bird
Ooh.
specials at camp, I believe, last year. I think there was like 5 of them, maybe. But you had to be an early bird and get there early to get one of these because they was gone.
yeah, man.
The top
And
ones.
then we got your logo here, or one of your logos. If anybody's gets over there, you have a bunch of logos. You got like the big warrior ones, like the ones that are like your character. You know what I mean? There's like a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I mean, they get over on your page, and you got a bunch of artwork over there and a bunch of this kind of stuff. So, I mean, we can only touch base on so much, right? So, here we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've done quite a few masks. I couldn't even really put a number on how many I've done in these past years. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just got rolling, and I didn't stop there for a while. So, that's why you see me kind of taking a small break now, because it's like sometimes you got to recharge. You know what I'm saying? You got to just kind of step back from it, look at your body of work, see what you've done, and then, come out of fucking hibernation and hit it again.
I think that's what just happened to me. I thought I've been having a fucking midlife crisis lately. I think I snapped for like 3 weeks. I'm slowly coming back, but dude, it's been fucking with me.
I'll tell you what.
Yep, it happens.
I think my favorite mask that PEBS did was the Halloween mask, hands down.
Look at that bad motherfucker right there.
Oh, the Jack Frost.
Yeah, PEBS hooked it up, brother.
Oh yeah,
That shit is sick.
yeah, it's dope as hell.
Yeah, these things are fucking dope.
Now, how is it putting an appendage on a mask? Do you got to put it on after it's done, right?
No, I put it on. I put mine on before. That way I could blend all the paint together with it.
Makes sense.
It's
pretty smart.
So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you that doesn't know, maybe they're not in the know, what's the best way to get a hold of you if they wanted to do some custom stuff with you or something like that? Even if it wasn't a mask, let's say they were going to have you make a prop or something like that.
The best way is just to hit me up on either Facebook or Instagram. If you're on Facebook, come join Forever Face Alley. And I'm on there. I've got a personal account that's got a majority of my work on it. I got an album on there that's got PEBS FX commission work. And as Harvester was saying, I've got a big album of things you can go look at and see what you like. And also I'm over on Instagram. You can go over there and take a look at my work over there as well.
Yeah, man, I just want to say too, great job on Forever Face Alley. Jesus fucking Christ, like gave me a whole new reason to use Facebook. You know what I mean? I've met so many dope homies through there, and it's just such a fantastic community. I goddamn love Forever Face Alley. Great
Thank
job.
You. Yeah, that's what we put it there for. You know what I'm saying? It was mostly intended just to be a buy sell trade group, and that was it. That's why it started, was to give the secondary market someplace safe to do business. It grew from there. It grew and it grew and it grew. But at the end of the day, it's become a spot for homies to come kick it. If you got a new face to show off, you got some of that badass new merch from the Zool Mart you want to show off. You know what I'm saying? It's just we tried to make it as safe a spot as possible. Take it. The occasional scammer does get through, but we're normally on that and boot them bitches.
Boot them bitches. Yeah, I also like that. There's really no it's really open. Like when people come on and they're like, "Hey, I'm new to the scene. Where could I get my first face?" Or like, "Hey, how do I restrap a face?" Common things and stuff like that. It's really just a really great. It's the best outlet for it, man. I'm not trying to kiss your ass and shit, but I legit love Forever Face Alley. And yeah, man, it's a great thing, man. It's a great community.
That was my first exposure to the mask side of being a Zooligan, was Forever.
Because there's a lot to learn. Let's spend just a second talking about this, because there's a lot to know. If anybody has ever wanted to get down and learn the basics of Zooligan masks, there's a lot to fucking take in right off the bat. I came in during Mausoleum, and holy shit, was it like crazy at that point. Like everybody was snatching them up. And it's there's been many attempts to try and catalog what's out there, and I don't think it's possible at this point, PEBS.
It's gotten crazy.
I mean, No, I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be. It might be. I ain't gonna say that because think about it, we got AI now. You tell fucking AI, hey, go find me every forever face fucking mode.
Well, you would have to get all the mask makers that have made masks for Zool to tell you how much of each run was done, and they would have to have a record of it. So you'd be like, these are the ones that were put out, and then like I've heard from a lot of people say, a lot of sources have told me, then you got to count for the ones that were taken and customized, and then you got to eliminate them from that amount. And it's like we're not looking, but I'm not saying you would need a direct amount at the moment, just how much of each run was put out so you would know the color scheme, like variant, whatnot,
Variants, yeah.
the type being the number of it. And then, just a list would be really nice to see because there's a lot.
It'd be big, man.
I know because nobody does.
You know, to tell you that.
I was gonna say
Go ahead,
nobody does
Bootleg.
like a merch thing like that. Nobody has like not even Slipknot has ever put out like a catalog of masks.
That's true. I feel like Zool's
But
is out of
I can
control.
tell y'all, I've tried to document my mask. You know, if you go back, I've got quite a few pictures of all the work that I've done. So I've tried to document it as much as possible. You know how many faces that I've done that's out there. But yeah, I mean, it would probably. I know someone at one point took up that task, and they was actually trying to catalog all the faces, but it didn't go nowhere.
I think you would have to make it a community event just because think about how many one-on-ones there are. And like you were saying, variants and stuff. And I would assume too, PEBS, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's probably masks you made you forgot you made, right? Like you probably like I would think that's possible, maybe if you made a shit ton. So I would think that would be like a community thing. That'd be dope though to come through and see like, hey
like
everybody,
an encyclopedia of forever faces, dude.
yeah, like contribute if you have like a one-on-one or a one-off and stuff that you want to get put in that catalog. It'd be dope just to see. There's gotta be. I mean, I don't even know, dog. Shit, a lot, a fucking lot.
Yeah. The thing
But
is
I can tell y'all what got me started on wanting to actually do the custom faces and the one-offs and things like that. If you go back in time and you look through the pictures, there's a flyer that come out that Bill had put out that had like I think it was like a dozen different 2.0s on it, and it had one-offs and things like had the golden nugget, it had the original I See You Die, it had all kinds of shit on it, and that really made me want to get into doing like the custom work and the one-offs and things like that.
Oh yeah,
right on.
You have to put the Jovids in there.
Yeah, the Jovids are cool.
Those are dope.
Dude, I like the Four Horsemen run that you did, and I also really dig you redoing the both the 1.0 that you did because you have a sculpt of that you can't release unless the boys say do a run. But you also recently had a couple of what looked like Skinners, right?
Yeah, those
that
things are fucking dope.
Yeah, it was a take on the Skinner that I had done for around Halloween. I think it was. Yeah, it was just basically a take on the Skinner, something a little bit bigger that I wanted to do because I'm not sure if y'all ever wore like an original Skinner, but they're decent size, but they come from Mexico, so they're not very good quality masks.
Yeah,
I got one of those from Trick or Treat Studios, I believe.
Yeah, I got one of those new Skinner joints that PEBS made. It's like a pumpkin bonehead. The thing's pretty dope. Yeah. As like talking about like the actual like cataloging mask, I can tell you this. I have over 200 myself, and I can't imagine trying to take on that task.
Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying.
It'd be a lot.
You look at how many you got on your wall, and then you look at other people in Forever Face Alley. They got like over 100 on their wall.
Fucking Weasel had 300 or something like that
at one time.
Yeah, there's so many out there that if you were really looking and like a lot of customs, right? A lot of customs. The boys, I mean, all like PEBS and Brandon and Tom, like I mean, it seemed like every day at one point that I would see a new custom pop up. You know what I mean? So it's like all these little one-offs just all over the place, right? And I mean, even though those are from a run at some point, I still feel like those are their own entity at this point, right? It's like it started out something, but now it's something else. So it's like that makes it harder to track as well.
I know you can't ever get like.
Well, I mean, the way that I would do that, I would have two categories. I would have runs and I would have customs.
Yeah.
And let's say there was 150 in a run. You know, that 150 would always stay the same. It would always remain because there was 150 originally put out.
Yes.
And then what would happen is if it got customized, you would just throw that in the custom category. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though it's not the same mask anymore, it started off that. That's where its roots are.
Yeah.
And I would say
Yeah.
start off with just doing a
So-
book of faces that are retired, actually. Like the ones that they only put out if they still have the mold for it. You could, I mean, you know, you could have a section for that as well. But like Philbrick don't do these no more. You know what I mean? You don't put out
Right.
these kind of forever faces anymore. He's like retired certain molds and shit. So it's like that could be a thing too. Like there's different ways you could categorize it. But it would be a daunting task. Like
I think it would have to be a community task, man. I don't see how one person
Yeah.
would do that.
it would take the entire Zooligan community to be like, yeah, I got this. Hey, I got that. You know what
I think it
mean?
would be powerful though, because if you think about the time that Zool has been active, and then if you were to see something like a statement like that collection, like I mean, it just says so much to the devotion that
There might be more masks and T-shirts out there. You never know.
Yeah,
Bro, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, what was it was like a bloodbath, right? The one of the big run ones was like 200. Like like one of the OG, like
Yeah, I think that Tom has done the biggest run yet. It was either 200 or 250, I think, of a 2.0. I can't remember. I think it was
Yeah.
like Harvester said a bloodbath, but yeah, Tom holds that. God bless Tommy, the mother.
yeah, I can't
Most I've ever
imagine.
done has been 150. I've done 150 of the Halloween mask in one run. And I'd done back-to-back runs before that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I did 100 run, and then I think I did another 100 run, and then I did the 150. So I had
crazy.
done like 350 of them like that.
Halloween masks are dope.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
They were so popular.
And I can tell you after that, my back was fucking out, guys. I didn't think I was ever gonna recover from that, ever.
Thank you.
Well, look at those. Look at trimming them even. How do you not chop yourself to fucking pieces trimming all those masks?
Yeah, your hands got to hurt, dude.
Yeah, they do after a while. But I tell you what, one of the worst parts is having to actually, when you start getting into it and you become an official mask maker, you got to fuck with the stone to make the molds. And to me, it's like to mix my stone, I use my bare hands because I can feel the texture in it and where it needs to be. And I normally try to get it all off my hands real good, but that plaster is some shit.
Yeah. How many pulls
Man.
do you think you get out of
So-
a mold before it's no good?
Well, see, there's varying factors in that because there's different kinds of stone. They make a stone called hydro that absorbs faster, but it doesn't last as long. Then they make another stone called ultra. Ultra, the mold will last longer, with more pulls. But it takes longer for the moisture to pull out of the mask.
Nah.
Mm.
So, it just depends. I mean, you can have a mold that if you do it right, you can get a 50, 100 mask out of. It just all depends on when you pull your mold and how strong that mold is.
Right, and if it's a longer drying process for sure, and you got to be more delicate for a wetter pull, right?
Oh yeah, and when you first do a mold, it's funny as shit. The plaster, when it sets up, it heats. It's almost like fucking lava. You can sit there and watch it, and the mold will start to steam off the top of it.
Wow.
Yeah, like chemical.
That shit's dope.
Yeah, like a chemical.
I think that shit's like
reaction,
interesting as fuck. The whole I don't even know what the fuck you're talking
That's
about.
what you
with,
don't
like,
even see. That's
the
what you don't
mold
see.
and all this shit. I'm like, that is mind blowing. Whenever we could talk to you or Tom or Phil Bricks about the process, it's just goddamn
because
is
it's
crazy.
not shown. It's not really shown that much by people. People show them like making the mold, like as
Or just sitting, just the
like
mask just
doing
sitting. Yeah.
doing the thing, beforehand, but the process of casting everything out and like
Stones?
yeah,
That shit is
like you're talking
crazy.
about, it's like
I don't
there's
even
the
know what the
magic
fuck
there
that
that ain't
means.
shown.
That is crazy, man.
That's the
That's
kayfabe of the mask making business. You see,
Yeah, it's
it all
almost
ties
like you got to have a level of chemistry to do masks because of the stonework.
exactly.
Are you
It's like
talking about
alchemy.
actual stones, like rocks, like stones?
Like the concrete,
No,
like plaster.
Yeah.
plaster.
Yeah, is that what you mean?
Yeah, the
Oh,
stone.
I
Yeah,
don't know this shit. I just buy them. I just buy them. That's
because
so
what happens
interesting, man.
is the, the the plaster becomes stone.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. It's to me, when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, oh, that's an art. That's like a literal art you're talking about because there's intricacies and you have to learn the same way you would with any like hardcore industry or a job even. Like that's just a whole it's crazy how much goes into putting this on motherfucker's face.
and I was gonna say when
And here's the thing: is that I had to self-teach myself. I had no one teaching me. You
Oh
know, I
wow.
didn't go to school for this. I didn't have anyone. Now I take it. I did pick up a few tricks from Tom. You know, Tom's a real good guy, and Tom has definitely gave me some tips before. But as far as getting in there and doing it, I self-taught myself. I
Is that
watch
to like
YouTube videos.
kind of like fuck up and like progressively just get to a point that you were just like on point? Does that make sense? Yeah. That's badass, dog.
Yep, it's a yep. Yep, they call it hit and miss when you're self-teaching yourself. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like you just got to get in there and do it,
It's probably
regardless of
expensive,
whether or
right?
not it fails or not.
Yeah. You probably
It's
fuck
pretty
up.
expensive,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would imagine. But that's badass. That's passion, homie.
What's up, Harvester?
what I was gonna say is like how many molds do you have to use to do a run like that? I mean, you can't do it all from one. You know what I mean? One mold.
Right. And one time I think I had like 8 Halloween molds rolling when I did them original runs. Like I said, that's why I threw my back out because I had 8 molds lined up, filled with fucking latex. So these molds are like 40 to 50 pounds a piece. And I'm working each one every day, each one.
Putting in that fucking physical labor
Putting in
for
that work. That's why
doing
Tom
it.
Martino's
So, you know,
ripped.
yeah, he is. Yeah, Martino is ripped.
And you
Fuck
do a
yeah.
lot of hand paint. I know there's a whole bunch of different ways. And do you do a bunch of hand painting? I know like Tom does. He likes to do a bunch of hand painting and not so much airbrush. And I don't know how you guys get some of the textures and stuff without using an airbrush. To be honest with you,
I use an airbrush.
that's still
Yeah, so I mean, really, you guys have seen Tom go live and paint before, start to finish. You know, he does lives and shows his. I think I may have went live when I've been painting before. I can't remember, but normally I don't like to. But basically, at the end, you know, where Tom will basically just use a brush and then lay down the black on it. You know what I'm saying? Before the sponge comes out, I use an airbrush because it's quicker for me. You know what I'm saying? And I can lay the paint in there where I want it real quick with my airbrush and be done. See, it's just different styles for different mask makers.
yeah. It's it just
Absolutely,
seems
yeah.
it's crazy that to like you have to think too, right? You got to paint it backwards. Like a lot, like when you start with a base coat and then you bring your lighter colors out to get the shadows and shit like that.
Yep.
It's definitely something that people don't realize takes thinking backwards takes a lot of skill.
Well, speaking on that, and I can say this for a promotion, come to Camp Zool. You could come to the paint workshop and learn some things. You get you an economy blank. We'll sit down and we'll paint. You know, I can show you some tricks of the trade. Harvester knows. Harvester helped me last year. Him and his son, and we get out
That
there
shit
and we
looked
have
mad
some.
fun.
we have us a good ass time painting forever faces at camp.
I saw
Yeah.
a lot of videos of that. Like y'all were doing that outdoors and stuff, them tables and shit. It looked like, right, or something like that. And
Yeah, the first
it
year
looked fun.
it was in the church. We did it actually in the church, and then last year we did it outside over by the saloon.
I feel like maybe somebody live streamed that, or I just seen a lot of videos of it. It looked like a really good time, and I saw kids doing it too, like you were saying and shit. It's fucking fire, dog.
Yeah, there were some like pretty crazy customs too. That, like, to be honest with you, some of the guys like John Coffey, he I think he paints like miniatures, and he fucking did a sick. You know, the kids ones are always fucking crazy because to see what they're thinking about and when they're mixing the colors and shit. But once in a while, like I said, you get like John's, and then I think it was NGS's girlfriend or something like that. She painted one that was pretty nuts. Um,
Yeah.
there was a bunch of like really like legitimately like tight fucking masks that came out of the painting thing. It was super cool.
I think that's a cool experience to offer too, man. Just to I mean, shit. Like, I know if I painted one there, like that would be mine. Like, I ain't getting rid of it ever. I'm gonna cherish that mask on another level. You know what I'm saying? Because I put some of myself into it. You feel me? So I think that's really neat, man.
Donald Brown's got a question on Facebook. He says,
No, we're not touching tips. Oh, my bad.
yeah, you are. We're going to hold you down and we're going to make
you guys made that bet.
He says, how many throwaways do you normally get for a run? Like pouring too fast or over, like an overfill or like the
That's a good
mask is too
question.
thick or too thin or whatever. Do you like keep them or do you discard them and because they're imperfect or?
Well, here's the thing: is that I would say not many at all because it's a process. You see, when you're doing that, after you pull the mask from the mold, you've powdered it up. You took your baby powder and you got your powder all over the mask. Then you pull your mask. Then you inspect it and you say, okay, is there any imperfections in this mask? There could be air bubbles in the mold. There can be a bug that got in there. You got to pull out and then you got a hole. So then you have, after you pull your mask, you have what you call a repair phase where you could take raw latex at that point. And if there's a big imperfection or like a hole or something, you could repair it at that point.
All right.
So
Well,
I'm going to say there's not very many at all that I just like scrap. The only thing that I have scrapped when it comes to mask is like the outer, what we call it, the foreskin.
Oh yeah, like
You like you got your foreskin.
from the seam,
You guys
right?
know foreskin?
Yeah.
You might
What's
get
crazy
one
about
of those at
bugs?
camp. That's
I
what
never
you
thought
guys
about
toss
bugs.
out at camp.
But look, even the foreskin gets used because I take the foreskins to camp and I put them in the blood and I'll be tossing them out to y'all.
Hell yeah, you get it back.
It all gets recycled and reused.
They did
just
some,
like a
It
bot.
all gets recycled.
Camp 3, they had the Billy rolling around in the bloods and he had that blood slide or whatever, and fucking that stuff that PEBS mixed up. Holy fuck, that shit was gritty. It was sticking to everything. Like, yeah, it was full of that, the foreskins and stuff, and fingers and fucking babies. And
I mean, at least the Kool-Aid came out of stuff that Tom made that one year. Like, I mean, I gotta say, it was like spraying Kool-Aid everywhere, but at least it came out of stuff and it wasn't like too thick that it, was harder to clean up. Hey, don't forget, Tea Time with the Harvester is coming. Yes, Harvester's got his own show. That's right, Body Rot. We know.
I'm
Hey,
excited.
I need me some tea in my life.
Yeah.
All right, man. I got you some. Nah, I don't got no tea. Just tea bags, baby. What?
I want to ask real quick too, PEBS. Do you plan on doing any more Pebions for anybody that had partaken in that? It's a pretty cool project that you had going on.
Yeah, I've done quite a few of the Pebions. This I had some extra time on my hands, and I was like filling my time. So the Pebion was thus created. I'm not gonna say it's out of the question, but I just ain't been to do it because I've had so many different things going on, here in the past little bit. But it's like you know, as an artist, you know, it's like things come and go. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've done online stuff quite a bit. If you guys go back and look at my stuff, I used to have the TNT tailgate. I used to do a bunch of live shit. We do the Rumble in the Alley. You know what I'm saying? I used to love doing live shit.
I got a fucking cup that says Rumble in the Alley on it somewhere. That shit was yeah, man. Fucking love Forever Face Alley. If I haven't
Hey,
said it
man.
already.
But here's one show. Here's one show that I want to bring back that I thought was pretty fresh. It was called PEBS Paranormal Probes.
Yeah,
I got the WrestleMania right there on my chair.
that's sick.
If you guys haven't seen that, that's on my YouTube page. Go check it out. I actually did an episode with SON. Me and him talked about the Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, that's dope.
I just want to say too, when we were talking about how great the Goer album was and stuff, and it is, but goddamn Sun's album, holy fucking shit! Like I've been waiting on that son of a bitch, and I knew it would be good, and I believed as a Zooligan it would be good, but it really just delivered on another level. It was just so dark, and just the Requiem is such a great song, and there's so many bangers on that album, dude. And just how he came out with the art. That's what I was about to say. That fucking art on the album. God damn, dude. And his performance too, I want to say, at the Evil Across America tour, even my wife, like she was heavily impressed how much by himself he put out. Like he came out like the devil on fire, bro. Like for real. So much energy, passion, voice. I mean, he's such a bad motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, I think the whole label is just really fucking killing it right now.
Yeah, don't the super famous Fun Time guys got Super Dudes crooning for the tunes too coming out this year as well? Like, so the whole label's coming out with new shit this year.
Mighty Morphin Wagnus 2 comes out like
yeah,
soon.
They got that EP with them that they're doing on that tour too. So it's like so much shit coming out, man. It's crazy. Everybody hit the banger mark with their releases this year. And
yeah, I'm waiting on some to suck. None sucked yet. Buckshot and Kung Fu Vampire's new album did not suck. Sun's new album did not suck. The Hooligans' new album, Limbus, it doesn't suck. Clockwork E's new album didn't suck. Nothing sucked. Nobody's putting out anything but bangers this year.
The Michigan Misfits, they had a
Michigan Misfits.
Absolutely, every song was great.
Didn't suck. I mean,
yeah, everything is really coming around, man. Hell's Bells. Yeah. They've had 2 or 3 EPs. None of them suck.
Killing it. None of them suck. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's really crazy because like just being honest, sometimes it's gonna happen where an artist that you've come to love is gonna put out something that just isn't as good as you've expected. And it's just for some reason in 2025, nobody's fucking around, man. Nobody's fucking around.
They put their best foot forward this year as how it feels. Let's bring some thunder to the fucking table. Good for y'all to doing it, man.
And not to be outdone, y'all heard who's dropping another album at the Gathering of the Juggalos this year. Have you heard?
I haven't.
Loaded?
No, I haven't heard.
Insane Clown Posse. ICP is putting out their of the second 6 deck. That makes it 6-6 so far.
Didn't they announce the name of it?
Yeah, it's called The Knot.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I got hopes.
Yep.
This is the 6th of the second deck, huh?
Yep.
I got hopes. I like Yum Yum's Lure a lot, and I liked Wicked Vic a lot. And out of that last little set, those were my 2 that I liked the most. I thought Wicked Vic was awesome, and I don't know why Yum Yum's Lure isn't in the box set. Like I was gonna buy the box set until I saw that one in it. But that's just my opinion.
As far as that label goes, and PEBS can attest because he works with the boys very closely. Billy, like they all fit where they need to be, but I have a lot of admiration for Billy's drive. That he fucking works, man. That guy is he's everywhere, right? He's fucking whatnot. He's responding to whatever he can on people's posts. He's fucking posting. He's helping. You know, like bro, these guys, these fucking boys out there. Yeah, they just
Billy Obey caught me off guard when I met him in person because I realized how much attention he pays. When he like knew who the fuck I was like, what the fuck? Like I didn't think he would be like, hey Rand. And it really made me feel good because I really do like spend a lot of fucking time sharing my love of Zooligan shit. And for him to pay that much goddamn fucking attention, it made me like a nobody feel like a somebody for a second. And I love Billy Obey.
Yep.
He pays attention, man. He does.
He knows us all.
He knows
whether
us.
we know
Like he
him.
literally takes the
Big deal.
time to if you're watching the show right now, I assure you, whenever you tag him and shit, that dude notices who you are and literally values what you give as a fan and the love you share as a Zooligan. I promise that.
For sure, man.
And going back to the new album, I have to say, if you listen to some of Bill's lyrics on that new album, his shit is dark as fuck. I mean, it's like wicked shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like he digs down deep in the wicked shit. So, and that's what I love about Bill, because that's how I love my music. I love my music deep and dark and fucking wicked as it can get.
Wicked.
And Bill delivered.
Yeah.
Hey, what was your first meeting with Bill like? If you can talk about that at all, Pebs.
This is a cool story. My first meeting with Bill was I had went up to my first Axmas. It was up in Louisville, Kentucky, and they was having it at it was a dual strip club / venue. So you had it was kind of like a Jokes and Tokes, except it was a titty bar too.
Hey now,
that's what I'm talking about.
So I go up, and I'd already been listening for a while. And I think I had already actually met Bill, like at a meet and greet or something like that. I'd seen him with his mask on. So I'm standing outside of Axmas in Louisville fixing to go in, and someone comes up and grabs me on the back of my neck. And I turn around and it's Bill. And it's the first time I'd seen Bill without his mask on. And it took me a moment to kind of register. I was like, and then he spoke to me, and I was like, hey, that's Billy. And so that was our first meeting, there. And that's where we started talking about masks and faces and all that. And thus a friendship was born.
That's badass.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking dope. Anyway.
All right, Peb. So you so if people want customs, they hit you up. But if you're busy, you'll let them know, right? That's basically how you're running stuff right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I got a list, and I go by a list. Sometimes the list is open, sometimes the list isn't. So
right on. And Harvester. You got some gloves on, Rand?
I don't have.
I always got my gloves on, motherfucker. I always got my gloves on, motherfucker.
I have gloves on right now, but I'm ashamed to say they are not Bad Touch. These are the old school bootlegs before there were Bad Touch.
Let's see them.
They got holes and shit in them.
Nah,
but Rand, go ahead and run your commercial.
Go to fucking badtouchsupply.com. If you're new to Zooligan shit and you don't know about it, Whipstick, he rocks these. Let me let you know, it's just something we do. It's just part of the culture. You'll say you're new to Zooligan shit. You're gonna see people wearing masks. You're gonna see jerseys. We all wearing them chains, and we rock them gloves. And the best gloves to wear, in spite of what this guy down here has on, are found at badtouchsupply.com, where if you use code Whipstick, you can get a pair. I think with tax, it comes out to like $33, man. And I use these. I ride a scooter every day because I got a lot of DUI, so I can't drive, right? And so I ride a scooter places. And I use these to make sure that if I fall, I won't hurt my hands, just my head. So use code Whipstick and check out.
Yeah, 10% off your gloves there. And we are going to go ahead and, if you haven't, go to Forever Face Alley and check out that Facebook group. That is a PEBS creation.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for having me on tonight. I'm a longtime listener of the HORDECAST, and I continue to watch you guys. I may not be in chat a lot, but I always go back and I try to catch a replay. And I have to say, you guys have upped your game. You know what I'm saying? I like the new graphics. I like the guests. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing.
You
keep doing underground shit.
You got any suggestions? Like, you got any suggestions for our show with being who you are and stuff? What do you think we could add?
No, you guys are doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like the intro to it. You know what I'm saying? You guys keep it fresh. I would probably unless it's completely necessary, try to stay away from any drama that's out there. That's my number one thing. I hate fucking drama in the underground. You know what I'm saying? It's like I try to stay away from all that shit. That's why you guys honestly don't see me online much anymore, because the drama had become so fucking much online. It's like I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a mask maker, and I'm out here trying to put masks on faces. I don't want to hear none of this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you. We appreciate your advice.
So, again, thanks for helping out, guys. And you know what? Maybe jump back on closer to camp. We'll talk about camp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dope, man.
Cool. We will be going strong until camp, so that sounds like a good idea. Harvester, you want to go ahead and do your merchandise meltdown so we can close this show out? You go right ahead, sir, if you feel up to it.
Let's fucking do it. First off, why don't you, hey, if you want to do customs, why don't you reach out and you see if our homie here, PretXul Black, has some time for you, because I can guarantee he's going to pump out a badass fucking banger custom and you're going to fucking love it. That being said, all you got to do is shoot over to his page, check out PEBS Effects, or hit him directly, and he can fucking get you on that list that he's talking about. And if you're interested, you need to get on that list soon, because he fills up. Hey, and on another one, why don't you get over there and check out Forever Face Alley? Why don't you get in there?
Yeah.
Make sure you answer those fucking questions, because if we don't see those questions answered, I'm sure PEBS is going to go, no. Hey, why don't you go over and fucking check out some of these merch sites that we got, right? But before we get there, why don't you go over and fucking keep your eyes open for these fucking Camp Zool 5 tickets, because it's going to be a fucking absolute slobber knocker of a fucking event. And then when you're done, don't forget, you could fucking get some more customs from our homie PretXul, huh? And we got things, we got some things coming up. So we were speaking a little bit about LLE and the super famous Fun Time Boys and shit. And you can also, not only you're gonna get them on that, but you're gonna get the Misfits and the Womp Thing, as well as Clockworky and the super famous Fun Time guys. So when you're done there, and we got more shit. Look at all this fucking fresh shit's coming out. Yo,
No mercy.
Misfits, no mercy at the Rex.
The
Keep your
Rex.
fucking eyes. There's a lot of hot shit going on in the underground right now.
$20.
You're gonna go over to fucking horde-hub.com. That's for our boys Rotten Flesh. And you're gonna fucking get on there and you're gonna look. They have so much fucking dope merch. It's fucking going crazy, man. We're still working, and if you haven't been doing it, you got to do it maybe a little bit at a time. You come on here and you listen to us, and I'm going to tell you how to build that fucking stack of merch, man. You're going to be able to fucking Scrooge McDuck in this. And then when you're done over at fucking horde-hub.com, you're going to shoot over to whysoevil.com, and we're going to just go. We're going to peruse some of fucking the old Womp Things gear, you know. It's got some of the grimiest fucking gear on the planet. And why don't you stop by Zoolmart even? They always got some fucking fresh shit. We're talking about the Axe Boys today. They always got some of the dopest fucking shorts, jerseys, and maybe you get a fucking your very first mask. And go over to dwmproductions.net, because Tom won't buy that goddamn .com, even though I keep telling him to. He's too goddamn cheap. But get over there, check him out. He's got masks, busts, props, all sorts of crazy shit. He had an AI album. We were talking about AI today. Ooh. He had a fucking AI album, which surprisingly was absolutely way better than it absolutely should have been.
Oh my God. It's got a lot of bangers on there. Trust us.
When you're done over there, slide on over to fucking fastcustomshirts.com. Talk to the homie T-Shirt Joe. Go through his fucking countless amounts of fucking T-shirts and buy everything on the whole fucking page. That's what I say. Support the fucking homies. Hey, and if you're thirsty, don't forget, swing by our sponsors.
Hey,
a 40 of Cooch Hooch Malt Liquor. And we guarantee they use a like 37-step distillery process, so you can get fucking 37 times as hammered. And
there's some pee in it.
Tonight's episode was sponsored by Mom's Dildo Collection Emporium, and they're running their new it's like what is that? What do they call it? It's like a little class.
Better bitch class. Better bitch class.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess at the end of the day, there we are. And if you keep tuning in and you keep doing what I'm telling you, pretty soon you will definitely be able to climb up on top of your fucking dresser and just dive into the fucking pile of this awesome merch that only the people that are on this show can bring to you.
We work our ass off to bring you this dope shit.
Or at least tell you about it. We
Tell
tell you
you
about
about
it. You got to go buy it.
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
open up your wallet and go buy it. And,
And if you can't afford it, go get some motherfucking overtime.
Hey, watch
Next
this too. If you can't afford this shit, don't think because you can't afford this shit, you just share it, man. Just fucking share it. Share it with somebody. Share it. Just fucking share it. Somebody else might buy it. Share it.
Next week we got Tito of the Hooligans gonna join us. We've had Fams on. Now we're gonna have Tito. I always thought this guy was a skinnier whipstick when I saw him. I was like, "Are you his double or something?" He was like, "No, that's you." And I got a good chuckle out of that. So, yes, we're gonna have Tito on. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna tell some jokes. Harvester's got some good shit, funny shit lined up for next week.
New commercials.
Yeah, new commercials.
We didn't have none this week because, this guy is a beast, and not that nobody else isn't, but, I personally feel like, I'm thankful to have you on here, and we trying to ask as much as we
thanks
fucking
for thinking
can.
of us to be on here with us, Pebs. We appreciate you too, dude.
Yeah, but the commercials will be back.
Hey, I enjoy coming on here, and like I said, I'll be back to shoot shit about the underground once again in the future, boys.
Hell yeah,
absolutely. Harvester, you ready to get out of here?
Before we dip, remember, hit up the old Sky V 3XG and listen to some of that fucking hot underground music. He's a super good dude, and he's doing his absolute best to spread the underground. So, yeah, it looks like we're getting the fuck out of here. Thanks to PEBS and everybody that tuned in tonight. Time to get fucked out.